It is good for Judy and I to have the opportunity to be here with you for this great occasion. You are the honored guests and the leaders that we need in India. Those of you that are Rotarians all know that we have 6 areas of focus in our Rotary service. They're the areas where we found over time and experience that the kind of work that we do in Rotary is the kind of work that needs to be done throughout the world and that has the greatest impact. Rotary, in promoting these peace, fighting disease, providing water, sanitation, and hygiene, saving mothers and children, growing local economies, and supporting education. I couldn't tell you which of these areas is the most important for my heart. I've seen Rotary perform areas and incredible differences in people's lives in every one of them. But if you had to choose the best tool to lift an entire generation out of poverty, there is no question that tool would be education. Because if you can't read, you can't do basic math, there's almost no way to move forward. For most people, there simply isn't going to be a path. Without being able to read, you can't navigate a bus schedule. You can't give an accurate dose of medicine. You can't find a job printed in the newspaper. You can't make financial decisions. If you don't understand the numbers, you won't know if that guy over there is charging you more than the person over there for selling rice at a better price. And you won't know whether or not you get back the right change. You're more likely to be taken advantage of in every respect and less able to make the decisions that will help you move forward. But if you've got an education, you've got a stepping stone. You've got that text that enables you to do more. You have more control over your environment, and you have more control over your entire life. Literacy can make a positive impact that extends far beyond that one individual. Literate adults aren't just more likely to have literate children, they're more likely to have healthy children and likely to raise financially stable families, more likely to have children who marry later, more likely to have families that are smaller and more secure. And it's not just individuals but families, but entire societies that benefit from literacy. With every added year of education, the per capita gross national product of a country goes up by a median of 18%. 18%. What an astonishment number, and what a great investment. If you have that ability to read and write, and if you have functional literacy, in your nation you have respect. And that in every way is better than the prospects that you would ever had otherwise. Unfortunately, there are far too many people in the world today who lack that ability. Certainly more than 775 million people, 775 million people over the age of 15 are illiterate. That's 17% of the world's adult population. 121 million have secondary education. But you know, about half of the primary school-age children who are not now enrolled have never, ever been enrolled at all. And as you know, just having been to school and even having several years of scheduling does not equal having an education. An estimated 250 million children in the world cannot read, write, or do basic math. And of those, 130 million of them have attended school. All of that matters is that every day it is very clear why Rotary focuses its strength so much on literacy. Because curing literacy is the first step of curing poverty. It's tied together in every way, well, every other one of our areas of focus. It's the first step out of poverty. And it's our job to give children the tools to learn by supporting schools. And it's also our job to understand the obstacles that are preventing children from attending and remove those. Whether that means building toilets at government schools so that both girls and boys can continue their education, as you're doing through your WASH programs here, or helping to train teachers to teach in the best and most effective ways possible, or providing schools with clean water to help the children be healthy so that they can learn, or just by making sure that every child has the basic equipment, the pencils, the books, the uniforms that they need to succeed. Sometimes the barriers that prevent a child from attending school are easy for a Rotarian club to clear away, but to a family in extreme poverty, they can seem unsurmountable. Literacy is a Rotary priority right around the world, including in my own home state of Tennessee. There we have partnered with the Dollywood Foundation that is called Imagination Library. We partner with them to provide one hardbound book every month to a child from birth through age 5. Today, over 675,000 children under the age of 5 are receiving that book every month from the Imagination Library. It gives them an opportunity. The books come addressed to the child, so the child's expecting something each and every day and each month that they get that book. And the primary obligation is for the parent to read to the child. That has helped so many parents learn to read. But it gives them a feeling of the value of books, that someone cares enough to give them a book of their very own every month. The books that the children receive are chosen by a committee of educators. Some of them are classics that I remember from my childhood. I remember reading in my own children. And a little while ago, I was looking at a book that were about to be sent out to the children in Arkansas, a state that there is over 14% of the population does not have functional literacy. And one of those books caught my eye. It was a book that I had read to my children that I remember having read to me. Some of you might have known or have read it yourself. It's called The Little Engine That Could. It's about a little blue engine that looked up and there was a big mountain in front of it. It's about the engine that was asked to pull a long freight train over that mountain. All the larger engines came to the same excuse. They couldn't do it. The little blue engine, who anyone could see, it wasn't big enough to even try. But instead of saying, "I can't," the engine says, "I don't know how I will do it, but I think I can." And it hooks up to the freight train and slowly but surely puffs its way up the mountain, saying to itself, "I think I can, I think I can, I think I can," with every puff. Finally, it looks around and realizes that it has got to the top of the mountain. It has gotten there. My friends, India does face tremendous challenges in achieving the goal of universal literacy. You know what they are much better than I do. You know that barriers that have stood between the people of India and literacy for so many years, but India has always done something besides accepting these challenges. And you know what that is as well as I do. India has Rotary. India has a Rotary that is growing stronger and more active with every passing year. India has a Rotary that is dedicated to seeing this country move forward. It has a Rotary that took on the challenge of eradicating polio in the country, something so many people said would never be done. It has Rotary that has looked at India's challenges and said, I think I can, I think I can. And it will be Rotary that one day will look at India with universal literacy and say, we knew we could. Thank you.